G'day, this is Captain Noob, and this is the Survivalist Rifle. This is the weapon of choice used by the Survivalist in the meta-narrative of the Honest Hearts DLC, which this weapon hails from, and it is a cool story there. If you're actually interested, Many a True Nerd did a nice little run-through of that story in his survival playthrough, and that's basically where I got my information for this. Maybe Oxhorn did it too, why wouldn't he? But anyways, this is what it looks like in third person. As you can tell, you've got arrow on the side. On the other side, it says stop on that stock there. Obviously, this thing looks a little bit beat up, very old and weathered. As you can tell, there's a little bit of I think that's just something, just support over the barrel there, so obviously this thing is falling apart, and this is actually it actually affects your performance with the weapon, because as you can tell, the iron sights are a little bit on the bent side, and yeah, that's actually a feature, not a bug. I actually thought this was a bug, but then it's actually not. This is actually due to the character of the weapon. Anyways, so obviously this is a service rifle of the unique variety, and basically it's got good VATS accuracy and good AP count when you fire the thing, so that's good. We can actually get off a lot of shots in this VATS despite this being a rifle, and it also does fire 12.7mm rounds rather than the 5.56s, which do give you a nice punch when it comes to actually firing this thing. It's a cut above what you'd get out of the regular service rifle, which is good. Now, I'm pretty sure I did pretty well against all these Deathclaws so far. Have been clawed in the face. Just gonna have to get used to having those wonky ass iron sights. I think if I aim just around that right post there, I can probably nail the shots kind of easily. But yeah, that kind of messes me up the first time I was trying to shoot things with this. But that's fine. Unfortunately, with the 12.7mm rounds, all of the Gunrunner's arsenal and different sort of additions to this ammo types of this round are all hollow points, so we're not going to get any help with that when we are fighting Deathclaws, because all of the hollow point stuff will only increase their damage threshold, leaving us to do less damage. Even with the jacketed hollow point, the handload ones from the Gunrunner's arsenal will still get a 2x multiplier on their damage threshold, which would be 30, which means 30 damage taken off per shot, which is absolutely terrible. I'm definitely not going to do that. Now, despite this being as beat up as it looks, it's actually holding together quite well in terms of its condition when we're firing this, so that's kind of interesting. Although we don't have to fire a lot of rounds to actually kill things, because this thing can back it up in the damage department. Now, this thing has a crit multiplier of just 1, so that's really disappointing as those hitboxes there. Good job, Obsidian. But yes, it's not good. Having basically no crit multiplier means better criticals isn't really going to be that great. But as you can tell, we can do enough damage with this weapon to really kill these Deathclaws without having to rely on crits. But you know what? Crits are nice. We all like criticals. Okay, so we'll quickly sprint up to this sort of rock in here. And now we can snipe down at these Deathclaws to our heart's content. And none of them will even try to run at me. Oh, there's some bad hitboxes again. Thank you, Todd Howard. I'm going to blame Todd Howard, even though he had nothing to do with making of this game. Alrighto, so taking out these glitchy ass Deathclaws. Did I even hit him once? No, I didn't. Interesting. Okay, maybe we can just rely on VATS to actually get these shots in. That seems to be more effective than my aim. Oof. Took a lot of shots to kill that Deathclaw though, which is unfortunate, but we've got a little bit of Grim Reaper sprint happening right now, which will restore some of our action points. It's enough to get in a couple of extra shots, I guess, but nothing to sort of world-changing. Righto, so I think that's Mummy over there. Or is that Chad? No, that's definitely Mummy, so we ought to kill her. We'll move in a third person so we aren't obscured by the bad iron sights. We'll just aim with that little crosshair there. See, using these weapons, it's a little bit hard sometimes. You don't get that direct feedback with the crosshairs like you would in Fallout 4, so it's kind of unpredictable where the weapon would spread, which adds a layer of realism, I guess, but you kind of feel a disconnect between you and the weapon this way, especially when you're used to guns performing in such a way that you can just easily sort of eye off the the hipfire crosshairs to actually get. Wow, you're all conga lining there. That's actually really convenient. Hold there, Chad. I'll kill all your mates all around you. Actually, Mummy is there too. Although I think they're actually able to get me at this point. So as soon as that one sort of comes around and gets me, I'm gonna have to move again. Oh, he's coming all the way around. Wow, okay. This could be an easy way to conga line all these Deathclaws in. Now, I'm wondering whether I could get better damage out of just a regular service rifle with armor-piercing 5.56s. That could be something to think about. I don't actually particularly like the... Oh, Jesus, that's Mummy. She missed the first one. Can I get that VATS thing on? Okay. We survived 2 hits against Mummy in one sort of go there, so that's pretty much all of my luck for the week run out, and we've actually killed Mummy with 226 negative on that hit point thing there. Okay, we didn't move properly, and that is some nice pixely ground. We'll try that again. Okay, so the fault on that one was purely my own. This weapon can do good, but if you're getting yourselves in positions that allows Mummy Deathclaws and Chad Deathclaws to bloody kill you, then no weapon's going to serve you good, unless you go on a crazy VATS run with the Ballistic Fist, but that's a different weapon entirely. We're using rifles here. Okay, so it looks like we've almost killed Chad at this point. Only just got him there at -1 health points after death. We'll try to chase up Mummy there. In fact, we'll just aim in third person, see if we can get a few hits like that. Maybe I should install some sort of tracer mods which allow every shot to become a tracer, because I feel like that'd be nice. I remember that a lot of the Fallout 3 weapons had tracers to them, which would allow you to sort of track your shots better. And that sort of made up for the terrible gun mechanics of that game. It sort of gave you an idea of where you're actually shooting, which really helped it. But the gunplay there is still terrible, but you know what, that's fine. Okay. So we've managed to kill a couple of these Deathclaws. Now this thing at range is actually holding its own pretty good. This is sort of getting out to the longer ranges out here, and it's still holding on pretty good, which I guess is obvious because it's a rifle sort of designed for this, but anything above super range is probably going to be a little bit out of its element there. You probably want to bring out your sniper rifle for that, or at least some sort of rifle like the anti-material rifle. Okay, I think I found the point to draw them all out. Maybe if I had a mine on me, I could just put one there and let them all sort of run onto that. Oh, they're running right out of here. Okay, let's see if we can get a couple of good shots here. We've got some pretty good synergy with concentrated fire there, although I wish I could cancel that because that's a Mummy running really, really close to me, and every pause where it goes into real time, that nonsense happens. So we're going to get our ass handed to us again. We'll just run over here, Benny Hill style again, and we'll just climb this rock like a Skyrim, and then we'll go ahead and shoot that Deathclaw in the butt apparently a few times. Okay. Alright, so there's that mother that almost killed us. We'll go ahead and shoot them all. I like how Deathclaws sort of congregate around each other. It makes the weapon's inherent inaccuracy not even matter all that much. Okay, so according to that, that was the last one there, but I don't believe it for a second. Maybe that was the last one. I guess I killed them all. Maybe I wasn't focusing too much about that, but there you go. That was a survivalist rifle against one of the dangerous places in the Mojave Wasteland, which is why I test weapons here. If they're no good here, then they're no good to you, unless it's a really low-level weapon, which won't get you anywhere anyways. But yeah, you know, that's why I do test them here, and it's because this place is kind of awesome. It's like a whole section of the map that you're not really supposed to... It's like so out of the way that only... you know, the experienced couriers will actually want to go down here and kill stuff. So I think it's a probably over the top. I do test in Gunners Plaza in Fallout 4 simply because I feel like it is sort of not extremely high tier because there are super mutants which are tougher than the Gunners, but yeah, maybe it's a little bit it's a little bit more on the overpowered enemy side with the testing for the Fallout New Vegas weapons. But you know what? Everything performs better because everything isn't a bullet tanky sponge. Thank you, Todd Howard, for not doing that in Fallout New Vegas. Righto, I might as well show you where to get this thing. Righto, so here we are in Zion before I completed the DLC, apparently. So yes, here we are just by the remains of some stupid arsehole, but this is the survivalist duffel bag, and yeah, that's his rifle there. Obviously, I just console commanded my way to actually use it at the start, so I've just grabbed the actual legit one. And yes, I know that's Randall Clark, that's the survivalist. I just wanted to see if I could trigger people. Post your comments now. And yeah, you'll find this just looking over the river. The closest spot you'll find it to is called the Red Gate, and basically what you need to do is climb up this formation. You'll notice all of these trees, just use those as a point of reference, and yeah, you'll discover this sort of place around here. You can't really miss it, just those 3 trees there as a point of reference. It will take a little bit of rock climbing to get up there, but that's okay because we're playing Fallout New Vegas, and as something that Fallout New Vegas characters are jumping and climbing cliffs like that. So that's how you get it, so that's cool. I guess we'll test this thing on something a little bit more softer because, yeah, the 12.7mm lend themselves well to the softer targets. Righto, so we've got this thing loaded with some hollow points, so it's time to find some soft targets to hit. And in Honest Heart style, we've got a bunch of Ghosts of Shees, and nothing says soft targets like targets that are ethereal and don't really exist on the physical plane. So yeah, they've got 0 damage threshold, so yeah, we'll see how we go. Oh yes, getting nice damage out of that extra, I think it's 0.65%, no, not 0.65, it's another extra 65% damage, at least for the gun runners one. Wow, we're actually destroying these guys. Can they only walk? No, they're running. Okay. Well, AI detection is on. I'm not really sure what happened there, but we actually minced them pretty good, and they're still burning. Usually they'd multiply and disappear, but right now we're not high off whatever that dude makes us drink, so I guess these infinitely burning Yao Guais are just gonna stay here forever until the game sees fit to respawn them. Also, we completed more challenges for killing things at Zion. Sure, okay, well I guess we could do better than this. Righto, so I've just added 20 more into the mix there, so yeah, this is actually cutting down my frame rate at this point, so we ought to finish them off nice and quickly. Yep, that's a sneak attack critical, that'll get rid of them alright. Fire! Okay, they're blowing up as soon as I hit them. That's pretty good, I guess. Surely they can't be that stupid. Okay, that one's running towards me. He got stuck on a thing, though, so he died pretty quickly. Wow, we are mincing these guys' health. Look at that. Look at all these health. Okay, it looks like that we found the speciality of the 12.7mm round there. Okay, it's getting a little bit out of hand. Maybe 20 was too much. No, it's fine. We can do this. We'll just pop 2 headshots into you. Come on, give me those calculations. Maybe a little bit less into that previous one. Nah, we'll see how we go. Righto. So you got killed. I don't think they set you on fire despite them being on fire. But again, that was when you're drugged up with whatever it is. I keep thinking of tree sap, but no, that's Fallout 3. Okay, they can actually do a lot of damage. So yeah, I gotta back off somewhere. Ow, I just got sucker punched whilst coming into VATS there. That's not good. Come on, VATS, do your thing. There we go. And one more. I guess. Nope. Looks like we're good with that. Ooh. That was a critical and a one-shot kill there. Hollow points putting in the work. That's another auto-inject stim pack on, so I should be able to survive another hit if the need arises. And oh dear, they're surrounding me. This is why exiting VATS on your own volition is a good idea, because it'll leave you super vulnerable like that. But with all of that, I think I'm actually done. So that's more Yao Guai meat for people in the strip. Hopefully the people at the Ultralux will take the flaming Yao Guai meat and stop being cannibal bastards. They all deserve death. Degenerates like that should be hung on a cross. Let's send Volpez into there with these blokes and let them kill them. Oh wait, no, they like Caesar, don't you? Can get them to side with Caesar. Don't know why you'd want to have cannibals along with you, although Caesar's doctrine is probably just going to get them into the Legion, then destroy their identity, which I guess destroying cannibalism is a good idea, so I'll support the Legion, I guess. Righto, with all this pile of flaming bear chunks, I think that is a good enough time to call it a video there. So that was the Survivalist rifle. It's actually a little bit more that I didn't go over before, but as you can tell there's a little bit of text on the receiver there. I'm getting it nice and close, so if you read that, something about the US government, so yes, definitely a US person of the Survivalists. It was like in the military and did stuff. There you go, 12.7mm cal, okay. So there you have it. It's a pretty good weapon. Also, that's French, I looked it up. So yeah, it says stop and then sort of stop in French, but there you go. So if you'd like to see this in your game, obviously you're going to need the Honest Hearts DLC to get it, and you can extend its power out a little bit more, at least with the hollow points, or just a little bit more round customization to it. If you have the Gunrunner's Arsenal, you can put in some hand-load jacketed hollow point rounds, which are pretty cool, but I don't think you'll need anything other than the regular hollow points for that. But yeah, that's how you get it. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm going to call it there. Hell yeah, I'm getting better at these outros. I'm not actually.